All I'm gonna say is, to start this video, is I am so sorry I let you down. Because this video was supposed to be out, like, I think around the 23rd of December. But yeah, I messed up. So I've finished recording this video and I wanted to give you the Gogmazios armor set explanation and the two builds with this armor set, which is today's video. But I kind of wanted to give you something different, to give you different visuals, experiment with the things that I'm learning at the moment in After Effects and Adobe Premiere. And yeah, I messed up because I didn't expect it to be this difficult. So here we are. So today's video is Gogmazios armor set bonus, and the two builds featuring it. And hopefully soon enough, when I get the rolls on the insect glaives that I'm trying to get, the Gormagala with Lord Soul, then maybe I can release a DPS set. But yeah, so far it's been dreadful. And yeah, let's not waste any more of your time and let's get started. So as I always do in all my build videos, when I talk about a new monster or a new armor set, I talk about the set bonus first, I explain it to you, and then I also talk about the skills that you have when you have the armor set and the decorations and the difference between the alpha and the beta version. But for today we are lucky because we don't have much difference between the alpha and the beta version aside from the secondary set bonus, but we will get to that later on. But for now, the set bonus, Gogma Apocalypse, we have two levels, level 1, Mutual Hostility 1, level 2, Mutual Hostility 2. I'm gonna make this as short as possible. It's basically Agitator for elemental damage. And that's it. That is the set bonus for you. That is Mutual Hostility 1, basically. Mutual Hostility 1 gives us elemental damage whenever we enrage monsters. Basically Agitator, but for elemental damage. And then Mutual Hostility 2 buffs the effect of Mutual Hostility 1, which means give you more elemental damage when you have the 4-piece set bonus, and give you a barrier around your character that allows you to tank one hit. After that barrier is activated, it will go on cooldown, and then after that it will reactivate again. So yeah, that is the set bonus, and yeah, in short, as short as I can do. Now let's talk about the elemental values. How much elemental damage do we get when we have the 2-piece, and how much elemental damage do we get when we have the 4-piece? Let's take, for example, my insect glaive. It's a water insect glaive with 3 attack infusion in the production bonus, and the reinforcement bonus is 2 sharpness and 3 attack. I thought this was the best to roll before the update, aside from the 4 attack, 1 sharpness, so I kept this one. So we have no decorations, we have no talismans, we have nothing to buff our elemental damage. Our base element is 280. When we have the 2-piece set bonus, which is Mutual Hostility 1, our elemental damage goes from 280 to 356, which is 76 flat increase to our water attack. When we have the 4-piece set bonus, aside from the barrier that we get, our elemental damage jumps from 280 to 404, which is a 124 increase. So that's the elemental values that you will get on the weapons when you have Mutual Hostility 2 and Mutual Hostility 1 active. Now let's go to the skills on the armor set, on the alpha version and the beta version. Unlike any other armor set in the game, there is no difference between the alpha version and the beta version when it comes to decoration slots or the skills on the armor set. Normally, the alpha version will have more skills on the armor set but less decoration slots, and the beta version will be the exact opposite. But in this case, it's the same. The alpha and the beta has 5 levels of peak performance, 2 levels of adrenaline rush, 2 levels of agitator, burst, maximum might, elemental absorption, speed eating, all at level 2, and then you have aquatic mobility at level 1. But the difference between the beta version and the alpha version is the secondary set bonus each armor piece has. So for example, the alpha helmet and the beta helmet, the alpha has Zoshia's pulse as a secondary set bonus, and the beta has Guardian Alfred's Vitality. The chest piece of the alpha has Shuwu's Vigor. I am hoping this is how you say his name. I'm pretty sure I'm murdering the name. But the beta version has Rathalos Flare. The gloves in the alpha version, it has Fulgur Anjanath Will, which is second wind. The beta version has Warcry. And also you have the Waste Guard, which has Ebony Dagaron. In my opinion, this is the best piece among all the Gogmazios armor set. The beta version has Misutsune's prowess, and the legs. The alpha version has Powerhouse, which I'm gonna make a build for because I love to make offsets with the insect glaive. And also you have the beta version, you have Gravios protection. So there are no differences when it comes to decoration slots or armor skills, but there is, the difference is the secondary set bonus. As I always do when I talk about the new armor set, I give you the builds featuring that armor set. So we have today one that has the 4-piece set bonus, one that has the level 2 set bonus. I mean the 2-piece set bonus. I don't give you meta builds. I don't like the OP word. I don't like the meta, all that stuff. That just ruins the fun of the game for me. So these builds are just templates. You can adjust them however you want. But I'm gonna tell you the rolls on the weapons that you have, you're trying to, you should aim to get, and the armor pieces that you need to use. In this case, it's really easy. We have the Guardian Ebony chest, and the rest will be the Gogmazios armor set. It does not matter, alpha or beta. The only one that matters is the waist guard. You have to use the alpha version because that one has the burst boost level 1. That will give us, the first set bonus. Another way where you can have this build, you can switch between the chest and the helmet. You can use the Gogmazios chest and then you can use the helmet from Odogaron. But honestly, if you do that, I just don't like the chest piece, even though it has two of my favorite skills. But in this case, in the 4-piece set bonus build, I would rather have the elemental absorption to even give me more elemental damage, which is why I'm using the 4-piece set bonus to begin with. But if you don't care about that, you can use the helmet from Odogaron. It has 2 levels of burst with level 3 and 1 after you transcend it. And then you can use the chest to give you the 4-piece set bonus. For the decoration slots, in the helm, we will use 1 level 3 chain jewel to get burst to level 3. The remaining level 3 decorations, we will use them to maximize Challenger. Feel free to adjust between this. You can leave Challenger at level 4 and maximize and get level 4 of burst if you like. It works that way. I just need Challenger to be at level 5 to give me attack and affinity when we have, give me more attack and affinity when we have it at higher levels. If you don't care about this, or if you feel like you need more affinity here, you can then switch all of them to use latent power for that 40% affinity when it activates. But in my case, because we have maximum might here and the talisman I'm using has critical eye, I think Challenger is also a good fit here. So we will have 15 from Challenger when we have it activated, 30 from maximum might. My weapons will most likely have some affinity rolls on them on the reinforcement bonuses. And then we have critical eye at level 5. I think that should give us enough affinity to not have to invest into latent power. For the decoration slots on the gloves, we have 1 level 2 and 1 level 1. The level 2, we will use it to maximize maximum might. And then we will have the other level 2 decorations. Either we can go with Counter-Strike, we can go with, you can go Resentment, you can go Destroyer Jewels, you can go Phoenix. But I normally go with either earplugs or Evade Extender, but in this case, I'm going with Evade Extender to give me more distance when I dodge. I find it easier for me when I use Evade Extender in that fight against Gogmazios. I don't think Evade Window is really needed there, because most of the time, I just need to get out of the way of the Tremor attacks or the, any attack that has bigger AoE. So I think in this case, I'm going to take Evade Extender. We have 5 level 1 decoration slots. 3 of them will go to Divine Blessing. The other 2 can go to Fire Resistance because the armor set doesn't really have the greatest defense against fire. So we can go with Fire Resistance. However, in my case, I am using a talisman that has Critical Eye with Fire Resistance. I got really lucky when I was melding my talismans that I have collected from all those 9-star hunts that I have been doing lately. So I don't need to invest into Fire Resistance anymore because I have it here with the talisman. So that leaves me with 3. When I go to multiplayer, I then have to use Shockproof. And the remaining 2, you can either go with Tremor Resistance, you can go with Mire Walker in the Gogmazios fight. I find it really helpful. Or you can go with Speed Eating to just consume your potions really fast. Or the second build. And this is where you need to roll one of the set bonuses on the weapon. Either the Gogmazios set bonus or the Ebony Odogaron power set bonus. In my case, I rolled the Odogaron power set bonus on the weapons. So now I only have to use 2 pieces from Guardian Odogaron on the armor set. And the pieces are the head and the chest. I'm using the beta versions of Guardian Ebony. I've transcended both and I have 3 level 1 decorations between both of them. The gloves, this is where you can customize. This is where you can adjust depending on whatever gloves you like. In my case, this is my favorite one in the game. It has Evade Extender level 2. and 2 level 3 decoration slots. So what more can I ask for? And then the waist guard, we have the most important piece in this build, the waist guard from Gogmazios Coil Alpha, because it also has the Guardian or the Garon power set bonus. So the legs, you have to use Gogmazios, but it doesn't matter which one you do. Alpha or beta doesn't matter. In the case that you roll Gogmazios on the weapon instead of the boost set the burst boost set bonus, then the legs you would have to use the Guardian Ebony set bonus, right? You have to use the Guardian or the Garon on the legs. But in my case, since I rolled it on the weapon, I get to use the Gogmazios Greaves Alpha or Beta, doesn't really matter. Now, when it comes to the decoration slots, we have 6 level 3, and since we don't have maximum might in this build, we can actually get 2 levels of maximum might if you want to. There are 2 ways for this build in terms of decorations. We can have level 3 maximum might, and then we can maximize burst from the helmet. Now we have level 5 burst. And then the other remaining 4 level 3, we can take either Challenger, like the previous armor set, or for the sake of changing, we can just go with Throttle. But for the sake of consistency, I'm going with Challenger Jewels here, because I'm also using the Critical Eye Talisman that has fire resistance and Critical Eye. The remaining level 1 decoration slots, 3 of them will go to, Divine Blessing, and the last one will go depending on the monster I'm fighting. If I'm playing in multiplayer, it's going to be Shock Absorber for sure. But other than that, I will either go with Speed Eating. I would either go with any other level 1 decoration that fits my build. The talisman, we have the same talisman, Critical Eye with fire resistance. So pretty similar builds. I am 100% sure there's better, but there's room for improvement in these builds. But at this point in at this point in the game, with my resources, with my rolls, this is the best I have. I'm still trying to get the best roll, which is the Gormagala with Lord Soul. I have seen that only in pictures, so hopefully pretty soon I get lucky and then I can release my DPS set for Title Update 4. Until then, let me know what you think of these builds. Let me know how you can improve them. If you have an idea, I would love to hear that. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Peace.